Tens of thousands of bees have started swarming parts of Israel and attacking residents.
Disaster of tens of thousands of bees has swept across Israel, forcing residents indoors and leaving entire streets completely overrun. Israeli military aircraft are facing paralysis under the attack of swarming bees. This is being described as the largest bee swarm attack in history. And even more strangely, this may be only the beginning. The incident took place in the southern Israeli city of Netivot. According to local media, the sudden appearance of massive bee swarms in a commercial center caused clear panic among residents. Many shop owners were told to shut their doors and windows immediately, and people nearby were also warned not to approach the areas where the bees were gathering. These bees were not just flying by in small scattered groups. They pushed into the commercial district on a massive scale, circling in thick clusters and densely covering streets, vehicles, and buildings. From a distance, the whole area looked as if it had been covered by a moving black cloud. Very quickly, two completely different views began spreading online. Some people believed this might simply be a rare but natural phenomenon, one that only seemed so frightening because of its massive scale and the unusual location, but others linked it to a biblical disaster and end-time signs, arguing that this was far from an ordinary bee swarm. Videos of the scene quickly spread across social media, triggering a wave of religious and conspiracy-driven interpretations.
Y'all heard about the bees? The bees that have flown into Israel? I'm not talking about a little bit of bees. I'm talking about a plague of bees. I'm going to use the right word for it. A plague of bees, like bee swarms of bees. And I know that the temptation would be to ascribe that to something religious, but the bees don't just pick up and move. And we might want to find out where those bees came from, because that could be telling us something, because obviously the bees don't want to be there. And bees are extremely insensitive to environmental changes. And I am certain that they could test some of those bees and find out what pollen those bees have on them and figure out where those bees came from. And then we need to be looking at that area to see what's happened there that has made those bees leave. I don't think the bees came from the desert. I'm wondering if they're coming from that area that is showing so much seismic unrest. If the land's filling up with sulfur and gases, the bees are going to leave, and so are the snakes and all the other critters.
Okay, now with that being said, when we talk about China basically depends on the resources of the Middle East as it relates specifically to the oil for their manufacturing. Russia and China are literally what I've read.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to my YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this eternal captivity, as well as the speckled birth that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawah coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to go into this whole bee thing in Israel, and I think, number one, this is funny as fuck, but the thing is, this is I feel like this is what's the word? Further proof. All right, further proof of what we already know. All right. Now I'm gonna try not to. Oh, well, fuck. I'll say it then. Yes, this is further proof that those people that's currently in the land are not the people of the Bible. They are not the people, because you have to think about it like this. YAHAWAH, he said that he was going to establish his people. He was going to establish his people in their land. And when that time comes, number one, Yahawashi would return, and number two, they would be at the top of the mountain. Like all the nations would be in subjection to them. So clearly that's not the case. Clearly that's not happening. So why are we acting like that? Why are we acting like, oh yeah, these people are definitely the people? Like, there is no doubt in my mind that these people are the people of God and stuff like that and whatnot. But when in reality, it couldn't be any clearer that these people are not the people. In addition to that, let's get to some of these precepts. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 17. And Esau shall be desolation, everyone that goeth by it. It shall be astonished, and it shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. And basically, Basically, one of the things is that Yahawadah is sending his plagues onto our enemies. Now, this is what we wanted. This is what we've been waiting for. You cannot. If you are a believer in Yahawadah, when you see stuff like this, you should be thinking to yourself, "Call Yahawadah," which basically means all praise unto Yahweh, unto the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and in the name of His Son Yahawashi. All right. So let's get this in Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So when people see, oh my God, it's a freaking bee swarm or whatever, it's like that, people are scared because they are heathens. People are scared because they don't know that this is a sign that Yahawashi is on his way. But when we see this, we're supposed to be rejoicing, saying like, again, as I said before, call Yahawashi, knowing that we're just that much closer to the end. Obviously, we don't know the exact time, when we will never have the exact time. We will only see when Yahawashi actually returns. But until then, we still have these approximations where, okay, yeah, call Yahawashi. We're just that close to the end. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see that. Where all this is happening for us to know that, okay, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be taken care of. Yahawashi is going to, deliver us. All right, that's the main thing. That's the main thing that we want to see. All right, that all the prophecies come back, because if we don't see prophecy, then we should already be seeing Yahawashi here and now. All right, but since he's not here, then that's what we're waiting for, prophecy. But no one knows prophecy. I heard someone said, "Oh, I'm a believer in God, but I'm agnostic to fucking prophecy." Like, what? How do you say you're agnostic to prophecy? It's literally in the Bible. Whatever. Anyway, continuing on. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 21. And if we walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken, Leviticus 26 verse 21. If ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. And over here, this is Yahawashi saying that, well, if you are wicked, if you are going against me, all right, then basically you have to look for the plagues. So how is it that if the prophecy of the Israelites are being put into their land is real and happened, then why are there plagues falling upon them and their land, specifically them? It was specifically only them. All right, like it really gets to a point where, like, how are people still defending them, or how are people still defending this talking point? All right, anyway, but yeah, like, again, when it comes to this whole plague thing, like, the Lord is very clearly sending plagues, all right, for Oh, hold on. It was let me get this. It was Scrooge's for amend.
I pray that this video lands on the pages of people that have rejected God, that they will feel the power of God in this message, understanding and seeing that God will
Here, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 19. Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as Scrooges for amendment. You know what amendment is? Basically correction. That's basically what amendment is. And Yahawadah establish all that for establish these things because something is clearly not right. All right, it's clearly not right. So why would the Lord, if they're the people that the Yahawadah favors and loves and whatnot, then why is a plague there? Now let me also get this Proverbs chapter 12 verse 21. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Okay, so why would the Lord allow evil to happen, to fall upon someone that's just, that's righteous? All right, next, Numbers chapter 25 verse 8. And he went after the men of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly, so the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. Basically, the thing here is that when evil when evil / plague gets on someone, then basically what has to happen is that Yahawadah needs to Yahawadah is going to kill said person as a result of their wickedness and as a result of their need to be punished for going against Yahawadah. And this was an example of that. And in this more modern example, you can tell that the fact that this is happening, that just means that someone is obviously doing something, or let me correct myself, multiple people are obviously doing some stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And even then, funnily enough, I'll let this video play, because I just did a video on this before, so let's hear more.
And my second question is, for those who are Black Hebrew Israelites, are y'all still claiming to be Jewish in 2026 after the Jeffrey Epstein files came out? That's the real question. So
I'll let that implication sit in there. All right. So how is it that these people are the people of Yahawadah when there's a what's it called, that fellowship with evil, fellowship with wickedness? All right. So, and also just to let you know, just to set the record straight when it comes to her talking about that, she is speaking out in ignorance. She does not know what she's talking about, because we as Israelites are not saying that we are those same people. We're saying we are the Israelites specifically, but they are not. We're saying that they're not. All right, like that's a completely different distinction. So naturally, we would not be involved with those people that did that. All right, so. Next thing, I think this is the final thing. Yes, this is the final thing. So Hebrews chapter 8 verse 13, and in that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first one old. Now that which decayeth. Hold on. Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, but from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful unto their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. Basically, there's not going to be any more sinning when the Israelites are established, when we're in the new covenant. So as a result of that, that's where you have this thing that further proves that, a specific group of people are not who they say they are. So with that, I pray the system was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, SHAMAIWAN, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, about of all Shalom.